staff will be there to help you with your insurance needs.
1580.
Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Cadiz is the place to shop for delicious homemade goodness. Hancock's makes their own fresh chicken salad, pimento cheese, salads, and a variety of mouthwatering desserts, sure to please your entire family. While at Hancock's, be sure to visit their meat department for the best selection of USDA choice meats in the area. Hancock's Neighborhood Market in Cadiz, hometown homemade goodness, and the Hancock name you know and trust for quality for your family. Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Cadiz.
1580 103.3 WPKY. Time for Coffee Talk this morning, and we're really excited because we've got a jam-packed show again today, but we've got a new way that we've been kicking it off. Well, I guess now it's been 2 or 3 weeks, so I guess it's not necessarily new, but still we love it just as much. We kick off our Coffee Talk show every single day with the kids doing the pledge. Now, if you've got children that you say, you know what, I would love for them to do the pledge, they'd like to be a star for the day, well, we want to make sure that your kids get a chance to. It doesn't matter if they're from Caldwell County or not. If they want to do the pledge, we encourage them to do so, whether they're 5 years old or, hey, maybe they're 25 years old. If they want to do the pledge, let's have them do it, okay? Here's the phone number that you call, 270-963-9155. So are we ready? Are we ready? Stand up. Get yourself at attention. Here we go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I love it. I don't think you can start a show any better than to start it with the kids, and that's about the best way that I found anyway. And, of course, don't forget, here's the phone number. If you'd like your children to be involved and do the pledge, it's 270-963-9155. You can leave it right there on the answering machine, or you can just record them doing it and email it to us if you'd like. WPKYonline@gmail.com. You can do the same thing through Messenger as well if you so pleased to do so. Anyway, I'll tell you something else that we're doing starting at 10 o'clock this morning. I'm very excited. I got a phone call over the weekend that said, hey, we're going to start this on Monday, and I'm totally excited about it. I think it's perfect timing for it. We are at 10 o'clock. We're going to be ringing the bells at PKY. So we're going to have the church bells on PKY live on the air at 10 o'clock. And then we're also going to kick off the rest of the day with a prayer. So that's going to be at 10 o'clock. That's going to be, of course, the church bells and a prayer as well. We're going to pause for a few seconds to do that, a few minutes, whatever it takes every day. And we're going to do that because we love our community and we want to support our community. And we want to make it very clear how we believe that we can get through this together on WPKY. So that's what we're going to do every day, church bells and prayer. Now, if you would like to lead our community in prayer, maybe you're a city official, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, or maybe you're a farmer like Trimble Farms. We're getting ready to have them on. If you'd like to start the day off and start our community off in prayer, I don't care if you're 5 or 105, make sure you do that if you're wanting to. 270-963-9155. Don't have to be a pastor. You can also email it to us, WPKYonline@gmail.com. So make sure that you do that. We love that. The more that we can get our community involved, the better we like it. And speaking of community, I've got Trimble Farms on the phone this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Miss Lisa and Ben Trimble from Trimble Farms. And I'll tell you, talk about support local. You guys, you're even expanding during this whole thing.
Yes, ma'am, we are.
I went by the other day, and I don't know who was in the tractor, but, man, somebody was really tilling up the ground out there to get it ready. I don't know what you're about to plant, but I'm all about it, whatever it is. And, of course, you guys have added a refrigerator and all kind, like a second stand out there, too, right?
Yes, we did. Last week we were on spring break, and it just so happened that Ben had some time off from work, too. So we got all kinds of little projects started or finished or up and going. So, yeah, he built us a second stand, and we found a refrigerator that fits perfectly in there. And we plan on ramping up the business for this summer. We're ready.
Well, and I'll tell you, this is one thing, and I don't kill me for doing it, but this is one thing that I love about them. Now, don't get me wrong, Ben and I, we graduated together. I've known him forever, but he is a frontline worker right out here at Caldwell Medical. And that's one of the things that I wanted to say thank you this morning for, and I want to make sure that we thank our nurses, we thank our doctors, we thank our frontline workers. And then we've got Miss Lisa Trimble, who is a brilliant teacher and is constantly helping the kids in more ways than one, from Beta Club to classroom functions to, then she is also involved in 4-H, and she mentors so many kids in so many ways. And then now we've also got Trimble Farms, that's our one of our local farms here that has done so much with our local farmers market. I don't think y'all get more local. I really don't.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
But I wanted to say thank you, because you're one of those families that do give a lot to our community, and I think that we need to recognize that.
Well, that's very sweet of you. Thank you for saying that.
Well, and one of the ways you've done it through, again, I didn't even mention FFA, but you've got some stuff out there, or you did. Do you have anything left?
Wow. So let me tell you about how that happened. That was interesting. Katie is in the FFA program, and this was totally her idea. I wish she was awake so she could talk to you. She's still in bed, but she had that idea, and she came to Ben and me and said, "Mama, I think we should contact Mrs. Woods and Mr. York and talk to them about buying some of that stuff at the greenhouse, so it doesn't sit there and go to waste." So she kind of led the charge on that, and we called Megan, and Megan was tickled. She was ready. She wanted one of her students to be the one that could resell that, and so we did. We went. I think we eventually hauled 3 different loads of stuff out here, and people came. I posted on Facebook on our Trimble Farms page, and Megan, I think she posted on her I think it was the FFA greenhouse page. Yeah. And I think they were returning customers. Most everybody that showed up said, "I'm so glad y'all did this so that we could get flowers. We look forward to getting stuff from the greenhouse every year." So we were just happy that we could help out. I mean, it worked out for everybody involved, for us, for the FFA, for the students that grew all that stuff. It was great.
Well, that's continuing education right there, and that's our future Trimble Farms, several years down the road. But, that's where our farmers are going to come from, is our ag departments and our 4-H and our FFA. And, they work really hard on those plants every year, and I am so glad that you all got to do that. Are there any left?
We, out here at our house, it's kind of slim pickings. We have some... We've got a couple of little bedding type plants, smaller things. I've got several of the Wandering Jew hanging baskets, and I think those things are beautiful.
Yeah.
They're real pretty and green, and they're a kind that you can take care of during the summer and then bring them into your house during colder months and give them a little love and care, and they'll be ready to go the next spring. So there's still a few things, but not nearly as much as what we had those first couple of trips that we took.
Well, now, Ben Trimble, I'm going to ask you about the sausage that you got going on out there. I hear you've got some pretty good sausage, mister.
Yeah, we've got several different types of sausage and meat that we sell, and that's part of the reason why we put the refrigerator down there. We just wanted to offer people opportunity to get some of the meat and stuff, too.
And now you've got a spicy and then a normal, right?
Well, a hot and a mild, yeah. And then we've got just ground pork, which doesn't have any spice in it. It's what's down there right now.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if people have used just ground pork in place of like ground beef before, but I will say it's really a lean way to use a ground meat. A lot of times you almost have to add oil to cook it when it's ground like that.
Yeah, it's pretty lean, the ground pork is.
I like to make meatloaf with that.
Yeah, well, yeah, we do too. And lasagna, spaghetti, anything that I use ground beef for, you can substitute ground pork for. You may have to season it a little bit more than ground beef. It doesn't have that That's what I tell people at farmers market. It doesn't have that natural flavor like beef does. So you've got to give it a little bit more in the spice department. But it works perfectly for anything and everything that you use ground beef for.
They used to call pork the other white meat. They used to say that was really really healthy, a lot healthier than beef was for you.
Yeah. This is pretty good, and it's grown. We grow everything right here, and Ben has a place that's a USDA certified place that he hauls it off to. So, a lot of people are moving to that. They want to know where their stuff comes from, and they want to know where it's grown. And so I feel safe in saying they know it's been here. We're the ones taking care of it.
Well, and you've got chicken eggs out there, and I know that you're raising some of that.
Yeah, we don't have quite as many hens as we'd like. We just talked about this yesterday. I think we're going to consider getting some more layers. Things are just crazy right now, and we don't know. Nobody knows what's going to happen. And so we plan on going full steam with everything like what we normally do, whether we get to do farmers market this summer or not. I think people will come this extra couple miles out here to our house and visit our stand, and we plan on going full on.
I gotta ask, what was Ben getting ready to plant over there in that big field, or can you tell me? Is it a secret?
Oh, you saw him in the big field on the other side. So we have. What did you want to talk about that? You want to?
We were just kind of expanding maybe pasture stuff, and then we're looking for a different spot to plant like tomatoes and stuff too. We had a little nematode problem, which is an insect in the ground that caused problems with tomatoes. So we were looking for a different place to plant tomatoes this year, but now we've got more area to plant sweet corn and different stuff like that.
I love that. Now, see, now you're talking my language. Tomatoes and sweet corn. Yes, ma'am. I'm telling you, we sure appreciate you for everything you do, though. And again, you've got that the second stand, so the sausage is going to be out in the refrigerator as well now?
Yeah, so right now in that refrigerator, we've got the hot and the mild sausage and the ground pork. So if someone were to come out here and stop by, there's that stuff's in the freezer, and there's a price list. We've got lettuce. We've planted several different varieties, so I'm cutting that, and it's in the refrigerator available. I did a little bit of baking over the weekend, and I put some baked goods in there. So we're getting ready to start that back. I had to order some more pans, but just about any kind of refrigerated item that we grow or what that needs to be refrigerated, we plan on putting in there. And I'll post on my Trimble Farms Facebook page to let people know what's available and try to let them know so they don't drive out this way and then nothing be there. But I just if folks are interested in what we have going on, they're welcome to contact me, and I'd answer any questions they have.
Well, give them a phone number.
My cell phone would probably be the best. It's 270-625-4672. And then, we've got that Facebook page, and I can answer any kind of messages fairly quickly that people send to us on there. So,
well, bless your heart. I'll tell you, if they go out there, they're not going to be disappointed. Give them the price on your sausage.
So you can do the sausage or the ground pork, either one. It's $4 for a 1 pound roll. And then if you get 3, you get a deal for $10, and they can mix and match those any way they want to.
That's a good deal, girl. I will tell you,
yeah.
It's a gorgeous place to visit, even if you just go out and kick the tires and see what's going on. And, I'll tell you, it's a nice little drive, and it's not very far at all. It's right there, right down Farmersville Road. You're kind of downtown Farmersville, right?
We are. And, we're not that far out. We're only about 3.5 miles right there when you turn on Farmersville Road. And I tell people when they call me and want to know where we are, I ask them if they know where the old Farmersville store or Cat's Den or Big John's.
I start saying now it's Big John's Barbecue.
Yeah, we're getting big time in Farmersville. But, if you go to what was the old Farmersville store or Cat's Den, if you go past that, you've gone too far. But I feel like if they come that far, they'll see us. We've got enough stuff sitting around. They'll know where we are.
Well, I'll tell you, it's beautiful out there, and you guys are doing such a great job. Thank you, Ben, and thank you, Lisa. We appreciate it, and tell the kids we said hi.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Will do. It's good to talk to you.
We're
Thanks, Tess.
sure proud of her. I'll tell you, she's kind of a chip off the old block, isn't she?
Yeah, well, she's a hard worker, I'll say that. We might butt heads sometimes, but when it comes down to it, they'll both get out there and work. They do. They're good workers.
Well, now tell the truth. Do you miss your students?
I do. I miss it, which I've always said, like, I'm meant to have a job and work out of the home. The whole stay-at-home mom thing is not my cup of tea, but I do miss them, and I miss the people I work with. I miss the routine. I'll be glad. I hope we get to go back and we get to have somewhat of a normal school year before it's all said and done, but who knows?
Any advice for your students while they're at home?
Work hard, and if they say they're bored, they can always come out here and we'll find them something to do 6 feet apart.
There you go. Social distance in the garden. That is
there you go.
That's some character building exercises right there.
Yeah,
That's how I was
can always
raised.
we can always find something for them to do. But no, my kids that I'm talking to, they're working hard, and we get to connect with each other. I check in on them a couple of times a week, and we do a video conference just to say hi and see how they're doing and if they need anything. But they all seem like they're doing well, and we miss everybody, and we want to go back, and it's hard.
Well, bless your hearts. Trimble Farms again, Lisa and Ben Trimble, and we love you guys. Thank you so much for hollering at us this morning, and good luck, and get that, he's still home from spring break, kind of. I'm telling you, that honey-do list, get him, Lisa.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, it never ends.
I hear Ben grumbling now.
Yeah.
Well, he's done a beautiful job on everything that he's done. I will say, I go by and admire it every day. So thanks so much, guys. We sure do appreciate it. Of course, Ben and Lisa Trimble from Trimble Farms. If you get a chance, go out and see those guys. I mean, they're so sweet, and they've got the prettiest farm, and they've worked so hard on that and those outdoor stands. And when she started talking about bacon, that perked my ears up, because I will tell you, that woman can bake. I've never had zucchini bread or anything like that as good as what I have when I've had hers. It's melt in your mouth. Trimble Farms, and stick around. Of course, coming up next, I tell you, we've got a jam-packed hour. Dan Jones with The Wellness Place is up next. We'll be back in just a second. 1580, 103.3 WPKY. During this trying time of the COVID-19 crisis, the Body Shop at Trice Hughes is open for business to help you with your repair needs. With the uncertainty that these times bring, Trice Hughes wants you to know they will help with your insurance deductible to get your vehicle repaired. Call for an appointment or free estimate at 270-365-5522. Working together with your home team at Trice Hughes will make sure you receive the service you deserve.
Health First Community Health Center is doing our part to help stop the spread. We are now offering telehealth services to keep you healthy at home. Scheduling a virtual visit with your medical or behavioral health provider is easy. All you need is a smartphone, tablet, or computer, and internet access. Get the care that you need to stay mentally and physically well from the convenience of your home. Contact our office for an appointment at 877-667-7017. At Health First, your health is our first concern.
Nominate your archery mom in the YourSportsEdge.com Sports Mom of the Month contest presented by Joelle's Bakery and Cafe, GNC of Hopkinsville, and Save More Drugs.
Local businesses have supported us in every regard. Now it's our turn to support them. Here's a way you can help.
Give a local business an opportunity to price something that you've been considering purchasing online. You might be pleasantly surprised that the local business can give you a better price. And for sure, they give you better service.
The Edge Media Group encourages you to support local. Be sure to post what you're doing to show your support. #SupportLocal.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Black Patch Grill.
WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast sponsored by Black Patch Grill. It's supposed to be cloudy today, at least until lunchtime. That sun should poke out this afternoon with the winds kind of dying down. Looks like as long as these clouds are hanging out, we're still going to have those winds up to about 30 mile an hour on the gusty side. High 52. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Low 38. Tomorrow, 20% shot at showers around lunchtime, 1 o'clock, high 50. Then tomorrow night, are you listening? Tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, widespread frost. Make sure you cover up those beautiful plants that you just got out in the garden. Of course, low 32. Now, Wednesday, sunny, getting a little bit warmer, high 57. And on Thursday, sunshine, high 61. It is 45 at 8:39, 1580, 103.3. WPKY. And of course, we're smack dab in the middle of coffee talk this morning. And, right now we had kind of, with everything going on, I mean, we do have a pandemic going on. And it's something that we don't know how to talk to our children about sometimes. I avoid talking about it. It's one of those things where, I've got teenagers. Mine aren't little anymore, so they do understand for the most part. But even as teenagers, they can be scared of it. It can be confusing for them. When you've got little ones in the house, I can't imagine trying to explain it to a toddler or trying to explain why the, different functions and things like that have been canceled to little ones who are a little too young to understand just yet. And, it can be a lot for an adult to kind of take in and an adult to understand and kind of almost explain it to ourselves. And that's where this guy right here comes in. We were laughing. This is Dan Jones from the Wellness Place. Good morning.
Good morning, Tess.
You and I were laughing the other day about stress and because, what I think it makes us, sometimes laughter is good medicine, isn't it?
It is. Laughter relieves stress for sure.
What do we do with these kids? I mean, it's one thing, the teenagers understand it for the most part, but even I've had to sit down and have conversations with my kids about it because they get false information that scares the pants off of them, just like we do.
Sure.
And, it's almost more rampant in teenagers than it is adults sometimes, but the littles, those are the ones that I can't imagine trying to explain that to one of them and get them to understand what's going on. How do we do that?
Well, I think there's several different areas of concern that can happen. If it's little kids or maybe middle-aged kids and they're worried about germs and stuff or having trouble understanding that, there's some activities that you can do, like have a bowl of water with pepper in it and have them put their hand in it, and the pepper will stick to their hand. But then if you put some Dawn on their hand and have them put it in there, the pepper will go away, and so they can learn those kinds of things. But for the most part, I think in talking to the kids with their fear, the first thing to remember is that kids tend to look to the adults to see their reaction. And kids get their level of stress from their caregivers and those they trust. If those that they look to for guidance are calm and handling the situation, they're going to do better at it. So it really starts with the parents and the caregivers and those that they look up to, and how are those people reacting. And these are stressful times. So lots of people are running around with stress. And so if we can take care of ourselves as the adults and give ourselves the time outs we need, kids often understand that term. When we're starting to get stressed, if they can see us take a break, that can relieve our stress and model for them how to deal with stress. Another big thing is when we see our kids stressed, rather than trying to assume what's going on, ask them what they're thinking about. Let them tell you what it is. We don't need to go into all the scary details of the pandemic, thinking that that's what they're worrying about. They may be worrying about something completely different. But they may be worrying about the pandemic. And if they are, listen to them. Let them know that you're hearing what they're saying by reflecting back to them the basic message they get. And then try to reassure them in places you can. Don't make up reassurances that aren't true. Because if something goes bad, you don't want to do that. But at the same time, reassure them in every way that you can. So those are some of the basic things. I guess we all sometimes struggle with stress, don't we?
Oh, my goodness. You know, you and I were talking about it, even on a good day. You know, if on a good day you wake up and you're inundated with it, because now you can't even go to the grocery store or anything without it being different. Everything is kind of different. It's not that we can't do things, we just got to do them different, and sometimes that can be pretty frustrating.
Right.
Because it might take longer. That's the reality of it.
And we're all cooped up together as a family.
As much as we love each other, sometimes I don't like them every day. I mean, you love them, but you don't necessarily like them all the time.
That's where those adult timeouts can be handy.
Right.
So find an activity that the kids can be doing while you take a timeout. Not that we leave them unattended, but get our space. If there's another adult in the home, take turns, or find times, for the stress of the pandemic, setting times to talk with your peers as an adult after the kids go to bed or while the kids are involved in things, that helps too. But some ways of coping would include maybe taking some deep breaths and letting them out slowly. A lot of people let it out too quickly. If you let it out slowly, you tend to notice those muscles relax more. We're not required to, I know you all were just talking about social distancing. We're not required to stay, in our house. So we have to keep our distance from people. But if, exercise, if you can do that in your home, great. Exercise is de-stressing. Walk around the house a few times to get out and notice the nature. Or if you have a bigger area, you can maybe, if you have a farm, you can walk around the farm and you're still a long way from people. Things like taking a warm bath just to relax for a minute. Trying to de-stress as a family, find activities to do together. Games, if you have some games can be a good way to distract people from what's going on in life.
At my house, everything's a competition.
But what I'm saying is it can pull you away from the pandemic and you can focus on that competition of that game.
Right.
And so...
What about animals?
Animals,
how good of a role do they play in mental health? I've heard that a lot.
Animals can be very de-stressing. Now, they can also add stress if they're misbehaving, but...
So
but
you've met my animals.
But that the holding them and cuddling with them can be de-stressing. You got to think long term. You can't just go get an animal because we're in the middle of a pandemic, and while we have the pandemic, we're needing an animal to cuddle. It's a long-term commitment, so that needs to be thought of. But animals can be very comforting, especially for those that have trouble getting that unconditional love and acceptance.
I've heard the first step to recognizing good things that are happening is asking yourself what good things are happening.
That's a good point. If you're not taking time to stop and look at what good things are happening, you're not going to see it. So you have to be aware, and you have to look at those types of things. If you're not looking for the good in what's going on around you, there's a lot of positives that come out of this. We're having more time with family. We're getting to know each other better. I've talked with some people who said, we're learning where some of our shortcomings are, where we don't communicate, because we're actually with each other and we can actually see it now. So even sometimes in the negatives, there's a lot of positives that come out.
Well, and I've also heard that you guys are there to help at the Wellness Center, right?
We are.
Of course, in case somebody's just joining us, who I'm talking to is Dan Jones with the Wellness Place. And I've heard that you're fully staffed and ready to help and answer the phone and on the front lines, man.
We do have our staff working, and we are working differently as much as possible. We are doing things by telehealth. And we have a few people who can't. So it's not that we are completely closed to people coming in, but we're reserving those for situations where it's absolutely necessary. But we are available, and we are set up where it doesn't require an in-person contact to open a chart. We have means to communicate. If you have email, to be able to open all those charts or whatever's needed to be able to take care of people. And I think that also gets to when we're needed. I think that there's a lot of things people can do, like we've been talking about, like playing games, finding activities to do with your kids. There's a lot of activities online. I've been told that there's a lot of things online you can even just do with flour. So, there's lots of things you can do before needing to come to us. But when people are getting so stressed that they don't know how to calm down, we have a lot going on, right? We have financial stressors, a lot of people. We have health status looking us in the face. We've got dealing with the kids at home. There's just a lot going on. And so when those things become overwhelming, we don't need to wait till we're so overwhelmed that we're having problems functioning at all. But when those things are becoming overwhelming and we don't know how to deal with them, it's at that point where seeking some help can help, just to have that other person. When you and the natural supports that you have, family members, friends that you're talking to on the phone, isn't enough, and that stress is getting to you, having someone to talk to and that can help step you through those things can be very helpful and give some relief.
Well, give us a phone number where we can get a hold of you there at the Wellness Group and try to find some help for ourselves.
Absolutely. I'm going to give the office number is 270-601-4235. You can also find us at www.wellnessplaceky.com. But our phone number is 270-601-4235. If you happen to get the automated system and it's during the day, sometimes because we have more people working at home, sometimes that occurs. If you press 5 in the middle of that, it will forward you to another phone that should have someone available most of the time. And so there's a couple ways there with that one phone number to get a hold of us.
Well, thank you so much. Of course, the Wellness Group, I'll tell you, I got the biggest kick out of it. I called them the other day, and we ended up on the phone for, I think, a half an hour or 45 minutes just shooting the breeze. And I'll tell you, you know what, if you, in all, seriousness, if you need somebody to talk to, call somebody to talk to. Don't just say, well, I shoulda, woulda, coulda. If you've got questions, call them. I promise you, they're going to help you in one way or another, or they're going to figure out a way that they can. Give them that phone number again. Of course, again, Dan Jones with the Wellness Place. Here's that phone number again.
The phone number is 270-601-4235. And, we have several staff. It's not just me. So we've got several people who can help take care of whoever has needs. So.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it for being there for us and for helping us out with the kids and all of that. We sure do. Because mental health, you know what? That's important too. And you got to kind of keep yourself together before you can keep everybody else together.
That's right. And like I said, those kids are really looking to the adults for the cue of, is it now time to panic, especially the little ones.
Right.
And so the more that we can keep ourselves calm and find those breaks for ourselves, the better off the kids are going to be too. Right. So,
well, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Hang in there and try not to blow across the parking lot today. I wouldn't suggest wearing a big hat today. It's not going to stay on.
You take care, too. Doug.
You too. Thanks so much. Of course, once again, Dan Jones with the Wellness Place. And again, just some fantastic folks. Give them a call if you need them. Stick around. We're going to talk to some fantastic ladies. The Tin Roof is coming up next on Coffee Talk. Hang on.
At ABC Finance, we have always been committed to keeping our customers and our staff safe and healthy.
In response to the recent COVID-19 coronavirus outbreak, we've implemented several new policies company-wide to ensure the safety and well-being of all.
This includes limiting access to parts of our office to the public, isolating loan closings to one area, and frequently sanitizing all hard, frequently touched surfaces.
We've also asked our staff to please stay home in the event they are feeling unwell.
If you, as a customer, are unwell or are uncomfortable with getting out of the house, stay home. And please remember, payments can be made by phone or online at abcfinanceonline.com.
You can also apply for a loan on our website with fast decisions and quick turnaround time.
If you have any additional questions, please contact the office nearest you. Locations are listed on our website, abcfinanceonline.com.
Also, follow us on Facebook for the latest information. And stay safe from all of us at ABC Finance.
1580 103.3 WPKY. And of course, Coffee Talk is live on the air this morning. And I'll tell you, I look forward to talking to this woman because she has got my kind of energy. It's Miss Molly Egbert with the Tin Roof.
Good morning, Tess. How are you?
I'm good. You're about the only one I know that can match me.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I can match you, but I can try. I can bring it.
I'll tell you what. I always have so much fun when we talk to you guys because and you guys are so much fun on your Facebook page too.
Oh gosh, well we try. We really do try. We always say that we may not be good at a lot of things, but we're good at having fun.
Well, yes, you are. I think you're fun with like your clothes and stuff too. Those joggers that you've got right now at the Tin Roof are so cute.
I know, and it's so perfect for just lounging around in because that's basically what most of us are doing, and just being able to be indoors and be comfy and cute. You know, that's kind of what we're pushing right now.
Well, and you've got that purple sweatshirt too, by the way.
Oh, I know. I love that. We sold out of that. That was quick too.
Oh. Well, see, I did miss the last call on the little V-neck. It looked like a tie-dye kind of Easter egg.
Yes, that was a good seller too.
Well, I'll tell you something that I saw, I guess a couple of months back, and it's been in my brain the whole time, and I couldn't let go of it. So I talked to. It just so happens that one of the people that were big fans of this particular Essence of Norway is a family member of mine. And if you get a bunch of questions on it, it's all my fault because everybody was talking about it all of a sudden on social media, and there's a lot of people that just can't wear perfume or certain kinds of perfume, and they really got to look for some that they can wear. And you guys are known for carrying some that just about anybody can wear.
Yes. Now that Essence of Norway, it's called Layla, and that perfume, that's one thing that I was actually a fan of that I was buying that we didn't have in the store.
Right.
So you can the only place other than Tin Roof that I'm aware of that you can buy it is at Epcot at Disney.
Well, I looked, and that's all I can find too.
Right. So me and my girlfriend Jackie, we used to just buy it from Disney. When somebody would go down there, we would just have somebody pick it up for us. And one day she was like, "You should just see if you could sell that." And I said, "Oh, no, there's no way. I'm sure Disney's got that locked down." Well, sure enough. And you wouldn't believe how many people are crazy about that perfume.
Well, I'll tell you,
it really is good,
especially when you're getting ready in the morning. And girl, in the springtime, it's one of those things where I was doing the news a while ago, and suddenly I had to cough, and it's my allergies, and it happens every spring. I love living where we got spring flowers. But I'm telling you, Molly, I get choked up every year. And it seems like perfume just makes it worse. But this Layla it smells so good, but it doesn't stick to the back of your throat.
Right. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Definitely. I've got that allergies too, and I've always been able to wear it too.
Well, and
Yeah,
not
I
only
get
do you have like little things like that nobody else has got, but then you've got this pear-scented candle that I'm obsessed with.
Yeah, that's good.
Well,
Yeah, that it's like the perfect spring candle. It's called Country Pear, and it's just a good mixture of obviously pear and then vanilla and herb. It's just fresh and good. It is just good.
Well, I think that should be like the theme for your store. It's just good. It's just packed full of stuff that's just good. I'm a candle sniffer, and I love that pear because it's fresh and clean smelling, but it's peaceful and it doesn't, again, stick in the back of your throat like some of them do and knock you out.
Right. It's not, and don't get me wrong, I love hot maple toddy. I mean, I'd probably be stoned if I said something on air against hot maple toddy, but some of us, and I'm one of them, can't have a smell that's just, I use the word thick.
Right.
Like a thick smell.
Right.
And a lot of it is my allergies too. And this smell, Country Pear, is strong enough. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's going to fill up your room, but it's not that thick, the thick smells. And some people, they want the heavier, and that's all right too. That's why we carry so many different brands and different scents.
Okay, not too long ago, I learned about the pocket monkey. Yeah. I'm telling you, this woman has got the cutest things ever, and it's things that you're not going to find anywhere else, and it's things like a pocket monkey that make a Swiss Army knife look like a butter knife.
Isn't that funny? I know it. And thanks to all of you all talking about the pocket monkey. Every time we have them, we sell out of them.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Well, let's make them sell out again.
Oh, isn't that funny? Yeah.
I love that, though. But you know what? I think my favorite part about the Tin Roof is when you look at the very first thing on Tin Roof, at the very beginning of their page, it says, "The joy of the Lord is my strength." And it's a verse right out of Nehemiah. And that is the first thing on the page. Is that your secret to Tin Roof?
Yeah, that's just kind of my foundation. Yeah, it is the secret to the Tin Roof. We don't have it all together. We don't have it all figured out, but we just try to have joy. That's always our prayer every day, is just that we can bring the joy of the Lord. We don't have all the answers, but we know He does. And we just celebrate Him. We try to celebrate Him every day.
How long you been in Princeton now?
I've lived in Princeton my whole life, but the store has been open 19 years now.
Well, I'd say you got a pretty good handle on what local looks like, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we do, definitely. And that's a lot of the reason why I wanted to, why I'm so glad I was able to talk to you today was just, just to cry out to the local community and just, thank them so much for all of their years of supporting Tin Roof and supporting, all of the great shops in Princeton and restaurants. And just thanking them so much for how much they've supported all of us, whether it's been 6 months or 60 years. And then just also reminded them to just keep it up, and that, we're all in this together. And I guess we're just, as small businesses, are just crying out and just saying, don't forget about us. Don't forget about us in your gifting, in your, if you need something new to wear.
I start saying you're not just gifting, because it's unless you're just talking about yourself too. Because when you go into your place or you look online, it's like going through a whole mall and never having to go anywhere else, because you've got anything. Well, it is, because you've got smell good stuff. You've got perfume. You've got little jewelry and bracelets. You've got clothing. You've got jammies. You got toys. You got pocket monkeys for the guys. I mean, you've got you've got something for everybody.
Well, thank you. And we really try to do that. We want to be able to be the type of store that any person with any budget can walk in and find something for themselves or a friend, no matter what.
Well, and see, that means a lot too, because I know right now times are tough all the way around.
Definitely.
And that goes back to the budgets at everybody's house. But if you've got $20 and you want to spend, I guarantee you don't have to have $100 to go shopping at the Tin Roof.
Definitely not. I would say that this store is packed, jammed full of $20 items. I mean, overflowing, $20, $25 items. There's even things in here that you can gift for yourself or for children or your friend or your mother that are $10 and under. And we've always gift wrapped for free, and that's something we'll always continue. You know, we don't discriminate on the price that you spend or whether or not it's on sale or anything like that. We wrap it all.
Well, I'll tell you, we talk a lot about that at WPKY Princeton, and that's one thing I wanted to point out, too, is that not only do you have these gifts, but Miss Molly, you've been doing it online forever. This is nothing new to you, is it, girl?
No, it's not. It is definitely been a learning curve of being completely dependent on it now. Social selling is kind of, what we're calling it. Being completely dependent on it has been something new to learn. But no, it's definitely not a new game for us. We kind of, I feel like we've kind of been on the front of that. We had a Facebook page 9 years ago, or 10 years ago, 9 or 10 years ago. So we were definitely doing the social selling long before this crisis. But now to just kind of readjust and be completely dependent on it has definitely been a major learning curve. But we're adapting, and it's so far so good.
Well, and I'll tell you, what is that Barbara Mandrell song, Country When Country Wasn't Cool? You were doing it back when, but you really were, and you make things available to people when right now a lot of things aren't available to people. I had somebody asking, a friend of mine actually got a new job a couple of days ago, believe it or not, and she said, you know what? I kind of need a couple of things. And I said, well, you need to go holler at Tin Roof and see what they've got before you go somewhere else. Because you've got some things that are appropriate and in a mix and match way. And I appreciate it, girl. And we love having you here.
Thank you.
And we appreciate what you do.
Yeah, well, thank you. Something else that we've been doing a whole lot of is people have been sending us messages on Facebook or Instagram and saying, hey, I'm a size extra large and I need blah, blah, blah. And then we just kind of are their personal shopper and we go around the store and take pictures of everything we have in that extra large. Or somebody may say, I'm at home and I'm wanting to redecorate my mantle. Can you send me some pictures of things you have that are in this theme or this price range? Or the message may be, I really like cinnamon and vanilla candles. Can you send me some suggestions? That has been our bread and butter through this. Just that personal one-on-one messaging, and people are really, really loving that.
Well, and I know a lot of times people say, well, it's a boutique, and they never have my size. Girl, y'all got up to a 3X on a lot of stuff, don't you?
Yes, that is kind of our thing. I don't know what you necessarily call that, but kind of our trademark. That's one of the most important things to me. Before we started selling clothes about 6 or 7 years ago, I had some discussions with a lot of my girlfriends on just what they were looking for, what they were thinking, that would be good for this area. And one thing that was kind of a common consensus was more variety in plus size. So we've kind of stayed true to that. I mean, don't get me wrong. We have lots of stuff in small, medium, and large. But we definitely really try to offer the same top in a small through a 3X, which is not always easy. No. Not every clothing brand out there makes plus size. That has been a very trying thing. But the people have loved it. And, ultimately that's what we're here for, is to serve you guys.
Well, we're not all necessarily made skinny mini, and you know what, we like that kind of stuff too. I'm talking about myself.
I understand.
You've got on in one of your videos, you've got on the cutest little peach kind of color with, it almost looked like a giraffe print, but it was in like an Eastery colors, and it's so pretty. Is that something that you guys have still got right now?
I think we do, yes, and it's available in small through 3X, I do believe.
Well, I'll tell you, and you holding one up with got stars on it. That's really pretty blue.
Yes.
I like that too. I'll tell you, if you got any questions, this is a lady that you get a hold of, because I don't know where she finds the things she finds to put in that store. But if anybody can find it, Miss Molly can.
Kind. You're always so kind. Every time I talk to you, I just leave feeling just so encouraged.
I wish you'd tell my children that.
Isn't that funny?
Give them a call today and tell them to be nicer to their mama. Hey, Eddie, Miss Molly Egbert from the Tin Roof, give them a phone number and all of that good stuff on how to get a hold of you so that, they can really kind of check things out.
Right, yeah. So our Cadiz location is closed just temporarily. I mean, we're definitely going to get back up and running there, but we've had to kind of close that one down and funnel all of our inventory just through one location.
Okay.
And
by the way, those are different stores, too. If you can go to both stores in one day and get a different experience.
Completely, yes. Completely different. I agree. And we did that on purpose, and we're going to continue to do that on purpose, where it's still the same kind of theme and overall feeling, but products being very diverse. That way you'll want to go to both.
I gotcha.
But the Cadiz store is closed for just for now. And right now the Princeton store is operating on hours of just 10 to 2 for pickup or delivery. But we're also available online all the time, so you can always message us there. The phone number here at the Princeton store is 270-365-9777. And our Facebook page is just tinroof.ky. And Instagram is at Tinroof Gift Shop. So, I mean, if you go to either social media site and search Tin Roof, it's typically the first one or two that pops up. So.
Okay.
Yeah, we're pretty easy to find.
What's your favorite product you got in your store right this second?
Oh, my goodness, right this second?
And you can only name one.
I'm going to say the joggers. I mean, I know I have been, beaten the far out of those on social media.
No, I agree.
We have sold well over 100 of them, and the reviews, the stuff that people are sending back saying how much they're loving them and how comfortable they are and how they wish we had this one.
Oh, they're adorable, though.
I know, and they just feel so good, too. And what I say on every one of my videos is if I'm going to be home with my kids locked up in the house, I'm going to look cute and I'm going to smell like Diva laundry detergent. That's what I keep saying on all of my videos. I know I'm kind of rambling here, but I went to Walmart yesterday. I had to get a bunch of essentials, but I bought lavender Solo cups.
Oh, did you really? I didn't know that was a thing.
Husband, literally, I know I'm rambling, but this is just an example.
No, you're
My
good.
husband's we don't even need Solo cups. Why did? And I said, because I just needed these lavender cups to make me feel good today.
I'm telling you, yeah.
It's the same way with those joggers. It's I could be wearing some scrubby-looking sweatpants on the couch, or I can wear these really cute animal print joggers and drink out of my lavender Solo cup.
Sometimes it makes you feel good. It just does.
It does.
It
and
makes
right
you
now,
feel good.
I think we're all just desperate for that feel good right now in this time of uncertainty, and that's just another reason to cling to that scripture of the joy of the Lord is my strength. And use your purple Solo cup.
Yes, ma'am. You go get your country pear candle and light it, and put on your comfy britches, and you tell them that Tess sent you over there, okay?
Oh, that sounds awesome. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
Thank you, Molly. You guys, good luck and prayers for you, and we love you, and thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, honey.
Of course, Molly Egbert from the Tin Roof this morning with us on Coffee Talk. And we're trying to spotlight some businesses, that we love and we cherish, and we want them to know how much we love and support them. The initiative that Miss Beth Mann started was hashtag support local, and we sure do. And we want to put our money where our mouth is, okay? And that's what we're doing every day when we do that. That's us telling them how much we appreciate them and how much we want them to be here when this whole thing is over. And we sure do. Of course, that was Miss Molly Egbert. Stick around tomorrow. Of course, we got a full show again tomorrow. Again, I'll give you a sneak peek later on, okay? How about that? Keep watching our social media for that. I'll give you a little sneak peek later. And of course, Audrey Lamb is going to be here with all of your news and sports and that sort of thing coming up in just a bit. But at 10 o'clock, don't forget, we've got church bells ringing at 10 o'clock, and we'll also have our prayer at 10 o'clock. So we're going to start that every day now. And, we started our pledge to kick off Coffee Talk, and now at 10 o'clock every day, we're going to start doing the church bells and a prayer. Now, that prayer can be from a pastor. It can be from a kid. It can be from you. It can be from a business owner. It can be from anybody. Doesn't matter what walk of life or how old you are. If you'd like to pray for the community and you'd like to lead the community in prayer, this is what you do. You call our office at 270-963-9155. Did you get that phone number? Hang on. I'll give you a second to get a pen. 270-963-9155. You call that number, leave it on our answering machine. Just pray on our answering machine and we'll have it. Just make sure, the only thing you have to make sure you do, just leave your name and where you're from, because we would like to include that. But that's all you do. Or you can record yourself. If you say, I don't know, I'd rather record it where I'm, that's okay too. Record it and email it to us, WPKYonline@gmail.com. And if you say, you know what, I'm not big into that, that's okay. I got you again. You can do it right there on our social media page and message it to us there if you want to. Whichever's easiest for you, that's what we're all about. But it's church bells and prayer, and we're going to start that today. So we appreciate it, and stick around for that. And, of course, coming up this hour, not only do we have your updates and your full forecast, man, we got the Steve Miller Band and Rolling Stones and Foreigner. It's going to get even better. 1580, 103.3 WPKY. Good morning.
No one knows when a disaster will happen. Everyone needs a plan of where to go, where to be safe. It's extremely important that diabetics have a plan. Your plan should include an emergency kit that includes all your important papers like birth certificate, driver's license, social security card, health insurance cards, power of attorney, living will, prescription list, and proof of home ownership. You need a medical list that includes type of diabetes you have, medical conditions, allergies, list of surgeries, list of medication and dosage, insulin types, phone number of your pharmacy, your doctors, and 2 emergency contacts. A diabetic emergency kit with supplies for at least 3 days is a must. Include your important papers, testing supplies, low blood sugar treatment, insulin syringes, pens and needles, logbook, water and food. Also include shoes, socks, clothing, cell phone and charger, LED flashlight, radio batteries, and first aid kit. For a complete diabetic disaster or emergency list, go to ready.gov. That's ready.gov. Information provided by Pennyrile District Health Department.
And here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast for today. It helps when I push the button, huh? We're going to start out cloudy, wind gusts this morning, blowing up to 30 mile an hour, settling to about 20 by afternoon. Sun's going to be out after lunchtime, high 52. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low 38. Tomorrow, 20% shot at showers after lunchtime, high 50. Then on Wednesday, sunshine, high 57. Now, after all of that, Tuesday night, make sure tomorrow night you pay attention because we have a widespread frost warning. That means any of those plants that are outside are going to suffer. You're going to have to cover them up or bring them in. Again, that's Tuesday night, widespread frost. It is 45 at 9:16, 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Shelter Insurance. Our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
This is Mike Gilkey, proudly serving Princeton, Kentucky and surrounding areas.
Celebrating 70 years of community service. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Economic stimulus payments passed by Congress as part of the coronavirus outbreak response have started hitting Americans' bank accounts.
People who haven't used e-file for their tax returns can expect to see paper checks starting next month. The checks are based on income, with those making less than $75,000 getting $1,200 per person, $2,400 per couple, and $500 per child. Checks are smaller for those with higher incomes, phasing out at $99,000.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland, a sailor infected on board the USS Theodore Roosevelt aircraft carrier, has died. At least 18 people are reported killed in violent weather in the South. Hundreds of homes are damaged in Louisiana through the Tennessee-Georgia border. Fox meteorologist Janice Dean says,
We've had over 50 reports of tornadoes over parts of the South and the Gulf Coast. As we move forward, this storm system moves across the Southeast, parts of Florida and Georgia.
America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, it's Flo. And you know what word I've never understood? Top hat. Aren't all hats on top? They're like the toppest part of every outfit. Unless I've been doing it wrong. That's why I stick with simple words like Flotection. It means the sense of security you'll feel when your new home is protected by home insurance through me and Progressive. Also, there shouldn't be a top hat unless there's a bottom hat. Wait, is that what underwear is?
Save an average of 17% on car insurance when you bundle home and auto through Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
O'Reilly. When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a few clicks away. We offer convenient options for you to get your parts quickly. Order online and pick up for free at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. We'll even bring it out curbside. Or you can have your parts delivered right to your door with free shipping on most orders over $35. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Health First Community Health Center.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast becoming mostly sunny today and windy conditions with gusts up to 34 miles per hour, high around 52. Overnight, mostly cloudy, temperature dropping to 38. Then tomorrow, mostly cloudy sky with a slight chance of some afternoon showers, high around 50. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy with the temperature dropping to 32, and we could see some widespread frost across the area Wednesday morning. Then Wednesday, sunshine, high around 57. But again today, becoming mostly sunny and breezy conditions with a high around 50.
Fortner Gas is featuring their amazing mower sales and service team at the KDIZ location. Tim Cook, manager, and his staff can take care of all your mower needs, any brands, with their full service department. Fortner Gas is a certified dealer of Dixie Chopper, Big Dog, and Bobcat mowers. All have great warranties. They also offer free delivery and pickup, and customers can drop off or pick up mowers and parts at the home office in Princeton, free of charge. Check out Fortner Gas to be ready for the upcoming mowing season.
We're glad you're listening. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY.